Good day and welcome back to the Family Cyber Clinic. This week we're going to be talking about a Hermes redelivery scam that is making the rounds. And I say that confidently because I received this smish. We call fraudulent text messages a smish. If you want more information about that, please watch the videos in the portal. So I received a smish early last week, and it was so convincing that it took me a little bit, and that's me. I'm not saying I'm all that, but I am aware of these scams. But it got me going, and then I saw a red flag, which was why I didn't go any further. And today I'm going to show you how far I got to before I had to, pull myself back because it just didn't add up. But these are making the rounds, and I'm confident that many of you are exposed to this same smish. And if you are, please let us know in the comments so that we can give you advice and see maybe we need to do a little bit more in the clinic. So I received this smish, and I'm going to show you a sample of the text message on my phone. And if you just bear with me as I go to my phone. So I'm sure you can see on the screen. And it says, "My Hermes. Hi there. Please reschedule your delivery immediately at a very convincing URL. Hermes online tracking reschedule.com." It is so convincing. And of course, as we've taught you in previous videos, there's a way to find out whether this is a legit URL. But it says you should, reschedule it by using the dodgy link before your item is returned to sender. And if you were expecting a parcel, you can see how convincing this is. And even if you're not, somehow you just lose all perspective when someone tells you that something negative is going to happen, And I had to track back in my mind. Am I expecting a parcel, a delivery? So much so that I went to my door alarm app. So some of you use it, Ring, to see whether there was anyone that visited our property at that time. Because if you click on the link, let me show you what it does. If you click on the link, and I'm going to revisit that story again. If you click on the link, it comes up with that and says confirm postcode. And of course, you, a desperate you, will put in the postcode. And you're putting in the postcode because you want to see how this ends. And then you hit submit. And then the next screen comes up. It says your parcel. And all this, as I'm speaking to you, you can see Hermes at the top. Very convincing. There's nothing that will, raise red flags at this point because you feel that you are in the Hermes mobile portal. And it says missed delivery, and it tells you we missed you on last delivery. Gives you the date and then gives you the time. The time ought to be a red flag. And I tell you why. At that time, you can go back and look at your doorbell alarm history to see if you were pinged at that time. And I wasn't pinged at 12:23. No one came to my property at that time. That was a red flag. But somehow, as we say, I did not follow through. I continued. I hit reschedule new delivery, and this screen came up. It says, please verify your identity by filling the details below. It asks for your full name. I said, okay, that's odd, but I went ahead, put my full name, put your phone number, it asks. And then it was when it asked me for my date of birth that I said, hang on a minute. This is not right. Why am I giving my date of birth to a third party that is delivering an item for me on behalf of another vendor? And that was my red flag. Home address and all that was also requested. But inquisitive me, only because I knew that I was going to do a video, I wanted to see how far I would go. So I put in the information, and I put in fake information. I have to add that, and hit continue. And this is the screen that came up. Or is that the one? No, it's this one. This is the screen that came up. I don't know whether you can see it. So I put a damn Smith. I put a phone number that's not mine. And I put a date of birth that's not mine. And of course, the wrong address. And it took me to this page and asked me for the cardholder's name, card number, blah, blah, blah. Basically, it was going to ask me or collect my card information. It was going to ask me for stuff that we are adamant are personal to you. And unless you are able to verify who the person requesting that information, you cannot pass this information on. Your credit card details would have been stolen. Your account expiry date, sort code, all that stuff with the other bits that they had already collected: date of birth, full name, address, postcode. That's all personal information, you know. And interestingly, because you have what's called 0-day attacks, and I know that's particular to viruses and all that, but this is a scam. You know, enough people reported that this was going on, and vendors like Apple and Google, and I'm now coming to the browsers, the Safari browser and the Google browsers, blocked this link. And that's the link that I'm showing you now. They basically blocked this link, the HTTPS Hermes online tracking reschedule.com, you know, and that's good. But it took them, as far as the fact that I was able to get all those pictures meant that at some point I was able to get through. But now if you click on that same link, it is blocked. But the point that I need to make before we close shop is these links change. So these scammers or these rogues change these links. They will use one link today. If it's blocked, they use another one, but it is still going to point to Hermes online tracking reschedule.com, which to you, the user, it looks very convincing. So yes, Apple and Google have blocked it for now. And to show you that they've blocked it, you get something like this. Or rather, this is what I got. This connection is not private. And it says go back. And I was so happy that they're not doing what they used to do before, where they say go back, or they tell you go at your own risk. I couldn't understand why they were allowing that at all, especially as it relates to our kids. They allow you to go further to an untrusted site, and that used to hurt. But now the message, as you can see on the screen, is the connection is not private, and that's it. You're going back to a safe page, and they won't let you go further. So that is a good protection, that's good protection. But I know that these rogues, they're like chameleons. They just change those addresses and just wait for the person who would fall for it. So you noted that I was able to identify red flags. I didn't beat it at the first hurdle, but at the second hurdle, when they started asking for things like date of birth, I questioned. Now, this can happen to anyone. If you're distracted, if you're busy and you're not paying attention, this can happen to you. It happened to me. And thankfully, with the training and the alertness that I generally have on the internet, I was able to stop before parting with my private information. This is 2 days late, and I hope that no one has been stung by these rogues. But I thought I'll put the video out, get you all armed so that you can, avoid this scam. Ultimately, you are not supposed to click links from unsolicited, text messages. You should not. You should identify who it's from before you click links. And that's just best practice. Okay? I'm glad that I got this out today, because it was beginning to do my head in. But I love you guys, and I want you to keep safe. And of course, we want our kids to be safe, because they're the ones who are click happy, and they may just go further and part with information that they ought not to. Okay? Good stuff. We never like ending our broadcast without giving you an opportunity to become a part of this community. Today is no different. Okay? Subscribe to the channel, get educated, get knowledge, all in one place. We talk about scams, we talk about general trending security or safety issues. So you cannot afford to just browse and not be a part of this family. We release videos every week, and then we have a live Q&A at the end of the month, where for now we're bringing in young folk who've had experience over the internet, and they come to share their experiences with us. So you have no reason not to subscribe. And of course, we want you to share this content with your friends and family. If this has been beneficial to you, please like this content, as I know you should and would. Okay? Good stuff. Next week, we are going to also talk about another scam that is not quite, I don't have all the information this week. That's why it's not part of this. So I just wanted the Hermes redelivery scam to be right in your psyche, so that you can, stay alert whilst that's going. Okay? I'm your host, Lawrence Edem. Until next week, God bless and goodbye.